Hello, VBS friends.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us today for a Bible story. I miss seeing your faces at church, but I'm glad that we can still listen to the Bible and hear about Jesus and learn a little bit about God. Because I miss you, I'm going to use Cameron here to be representing all of you. So Cameron is going to be all the kids. Right, Cameron?
Yeah.
That's right. Have a seat. Our story today is from Luke chapter 5. And I hope that even after we're done with the Bible story, you with a parent or maybe even you by yourself can go back there and read the story and see all the details. This happened when Jesus had just begun his ministry. He didn't even have disciples yet. He had just started walking around and talking to people and starting to get crowds following him. So Jesus went to this lake where some fishermen had been out all night, fishing, throwing nets, and catching nothing. It was not a very successful night for them. So when they're coming out, Jesus borrowed one of their boats and pushed into the water so he could speak to the crowds and talk to them. And he spoke of God in a way they hadn't heard before. They told them about a better way to know God and to live with him. And the crowd really listened to him. They really were moved, and so were the disciples. They stayed and listened to Jesus as well, even though they were tired from their night of fishing with no fish. Once Jesus was done talking to the crowds, he got out of the boat, he approached the fishermen, and he told them to go back in the lake and try again. Now, it's probably not something they wanted to do, to be honest. They were out all night, they were already tired, and when they were out, this is what they caught. Nothing. No fish. Let's pretend this is the lake. They were out all over the place, throwing their nets without any success. Not even one single fish. Nothing. So Jesus tells them to go and try again. They told him, Master, we've been out all night. We've been fishing and we have caught anything. But because you're saying so, we'll go back. So they were doing it just because the way he talked to them really made them listen to him. And they wanted to do what he was saying. So they went back in the ocean, in the lake, and seriously, I don't think they expected to have anything. So they went about and they threw their nets, and as they threw their nets, this time, they had fish. They had lots and lots of fish.
I want the red one.
Okay, have a seat. This was incredible. It was unbelievable because, as you know, a fish doesn't just swim in one spot. That's not how fish swim. They go up, they go down, they go around, they go all over the place. How could they throw the nets all night long for hours and hours and catch absolutely nothing? And then just because Jesus said so, they can go and be successful. It was amazing. It was unbelievable. So when Jesus comes out of the boat, he tells them, follow me, and I'll make you fishers of men. And they did. They put the fish down, and they followed him, and they were his first disciples. And I know it doesn't sound hard, leaving a bunch of fish down and leaving them behind and following Jesus because it's just fish. But for them, it was not just fish. For them, it was money. That's how they made money. It was selling the fish. So it was the same thing as if you went somewhere and you threw a net, and when you pulled the net back in, it was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Just a net full of money. That was the same thing for them. And you would put the money away and follow Jesus. That must mean that what he said, the words he spoke, really rang true in their hearts. They really believed it because they did follow him. They did put the fish down. And that was a hard thing to do. And sometimes there are things that are hard for us to do, things that we need to put aside in order to follow Jesus. But when we do, when we listen, every time we listen to Jesus, there's always something precious waiting for us. Like when they listened to him and went back into the lake, they were able to catch all those fish. Sometimes it means you will have to let go of things. Sometimes it means you have to forgive somebody you don't feel you should forgive. Sometimes it means doing something for someone else instead of yourself. Sometimes means letting go of something you really enjoy. Like, I don't know, Cameron, what's something you really like?
I really like candy.
You like candy. So imagine having a whole net full of candy and having to let it go so you could follow Jesus. Your favorite candy, just a net full of it, and you're letting it go so you can follow Jesus. I bet you that'd be hard. It would be hard even for me. There's lots of candy I enjoy, so it would be hard for me to let it go too. But every time we do that, every time we listen and do what he says, even if it seems hard, we always get something better in return. And that's what we hope for you. We hope that you can recognize God's voice, that you can listen to him, and you can follow him, because he can make you fishers of men. Not with a net, walking around and catching people on your net. Fishers of men so that in you, they can see something. They can see God's presence. And maybe it's somebody who really needs something rather impossible and unbelievable to happen to them. And because of you, they get to know God. They get to come close to him. And something unbelievable can happen to them too, just like it happened to the fishermen. And that's what we hope happens. That's what we hope you can do. We hope you enjoy this week. We have fun activities planned for you, and I hope you enjoy all of them and have a good time. And join us again next week. Ready to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye-bye.